new to our academy, as she said, but she has been one of the most diligent students that I've ever had the opportunity to work with. And so I know that she's going to continue to have tremendous success in this program. But one of the other things that I like is that she's also in a unique situation where she's actually involved on the educational space, just like I was. So a little bit about my background is my name is Andre English. I'm out of the Dallas, Texas area currently, and I'm moving shortly. But I used to own a company where I lectured as a guest speaker at colleges and universities throughout the United States of America. And the focus of what they brought me in to talk about was always on the issue of economic empowerment. How could we empower underserved communities? What can we do economically to improve the situation? And the focus of that was generally in participating in the free enterprise system. How can you build an entrepreneurship? How can you build a business so that you had something to empower your community? So that was sort of what I did on the lecture circuit. But that process gave me sort of an inside look at how higher education was really run and what was going on in that space. And so I'm always excited when we can bring other people to the platform, like Ashley, who have backgrounds in higher education, who have not only gone through it from the student side, but the administration side, and they can say, look, there's some value in what we're going to talk to you about tonight, right? Because they can see it from both ends. And so that's what's absolutely amazing. And so Ashley, I'm super proud of you. I know you've got a growing team of individuals that listen, guys, she's already doing trainings on how to set. When I talk about she knows what she's doing, she's already getting people set up on MetaTrader 4 accounts and plugging people into the academy, doing tours. So super proud of your growth. I'm excited to have you guys on the team. And for those of you who are just meeting her, I guarantee that you will see her a lot more in the future because she is going to be a chairwoman. I'm claiming it for her in this particular space. So thank you, Ashley, for hosting. I appreciate you. So let's jump into the information tonight. As you can kind of see, we're talking a little bit about education. Okay, so I want to get that out the way off the top. We're talking about education, and specifically, we're going to talk about an education wrapped around the concept of multiplying money. Okay, so right now, I'll just tell you, if you're making all the money that you need to make, if you don't ever need to do anything different financially, if your bank account is full and overflowing and your life is nothing but abundance, this probably isn't going to be the call for you. Okay. But if you're like I was a couple years ago, who would have been considered maybe a high income individual, but realized that they still weren't maximizing their potential. If you are like I was a couple years ago, where you were coming from a space where you needed to earn something extra. If you were like I was, where someone said to you maybe something along the lines of, out of all the money that you've made at your job in the last 10 years that's passed through your bank account, how much money has that money made for you? And you just stood there dumbfounded and really thought like, well, nothing. If you're that type of person, then this call is going to be for you, okay? Because we're going to talk about how we can solve some of these challenges, all right? And we're going to talk about it from a very unique and special way. See, I know how it usually works. You're invited to something, you jump on a Zoom, you didn't want to do it, it's during the Super Bowl, maybe your team's losing, I don't know, right? But all of a sudden, you jump on a Zoom and you're like, it's going to be one of those things, I'm going to have to sell and I'm going to have to recruit. Well, guess what? That's not the place tonight. We're going to talk to you about a skill that you can learn. And once you have a skill, you have it for life. And you don't have to sell and you don't have to recruit if you don't want to in order to earn income. See, that puts us in a very unique and very special place, because what we're doing is we are teaching people through this academy that I am about to share with you, people all over the globe, whether they come from first world economies, whether they're in third world economies, whether they have experience on Wall Street, whether they spent their whole life on Main Street, or whether they literally live in countries where there's no street. We're still helping people succeed with the concepts that we're going to share with you. And so you might be on this call tonight during the Super Bowl, and you might say there's 23 people here, and I don't want you to mistake the 23 people for what we actually have, because the academy that I'm going to share with you tonight has over 300,000 students worldwide. It is the most successful academy on earth, period, flat out, for teaching people how to multiply money. Okay? If you want to learn how to multiply money, you just came to the right place. So what I want you to do is sit down and thank the person who invited you. Okay? Go ahead right now. Go ahead and private message him and say, thank God, because I needed to multiply. How'd you know, sis? How'd you know I needed to multiply my money? You know how we know? Because 76% of all people in the United States have less than $400 in their bank account right now as we speak. And so statistically, more than likely, you're someone who needs to learn to master the skill of money. And that's what we're going to talk about. Is that okay? Now, a couple things we need to tell you. Number one is that we are not financial advisors. Okay, so we're not here to advise you. We're not over here. We're not asking you to give us money so that we can put your money under management and we can trade and do money for you. That is not what we do. We provide education. We provide education. Okay, and so what that means is that if someone comes to you and says, hey, listen, give me 500 of your dollars so that I can trade it for you, and I guarantee you I'm going to give you 5,000 back, they are not associated with our program. So if you ever have that happen, then you was going to want to go ahead and tell them, hey, listen, thanks, but no thanks. And the reason is because we would rather you empower you with the skill. We would rather teach you how to fish than give you a fish. And we all know what that parable means, right? I'd rather teach you how to fish than give you a fish one time, right? So that's what we do here at the Academy. I want you to know that. The other thing too is that we do not guarantee results. And you're like, wait a second, bro. You're talking about the greatest educational academy on planet Earth and you don't guarantee results? No, I don't. Because there's some really fantastic jibs out there and they never guaranteed you abs either, did they? Right? Because I don't know if you're going to show up. How many of y'all paid for, let's be honest, go ahead and throw it in the chat. If you've paid for a gym membership and you still got the same abs as you had before the membership, go ahead and let me know, right? Because it's okay to say that I didn't show up to the gym. See, the gym didn't promise you abs. They promised you the opportunity, the equipment, the technology, and the training if you came in and got a trainer to help you get the abs. Same thing here. I don't know how hard you're going to work for your own success. I know how hard I'll work for mine. I have a 5-year-old girl that's sitting right in front of me. I know how hard I'll go for her, but I can't guarantee how hard you'll go for yours. So we can't guarantee success. All right. And the last thing is that the trade ideas that we offer, right? The trade ideas that we offer, that we put out there, are just that, trade ideas. They're for educational purposes only. And you'll understand what I'm talking about as we move on. So just give you guys a little bit of the skinny, right? A little bit about what's going down. But now we could jump into the meat and potatoes. Now we only got a few people here. So what I want to do is I want to actually take you guys into this academy that we're talking about. I'm going to give you a behind the scenes peek at what it is that we do, because we only got a few people. And while we only have 25, 30, 40 people on a call, we can be more intimate and we can have a real conversation. Because I think that at the end of this couple of minutes that I'm going to share with you, my goal is going to be that you can go back to the person that invited you and you can let them know whether this is a program you want to participate in, or you're not sure that you want to participate in, or I don't want to participate in. Either way, I want to give you the information necessary to make a decision. See, what I have found is that decision making is not something that most people do right. Let me explain again. Most times decision making, especially when it comes to business, especially when it comes to money, people don't necessarily do it right, because they only have the experience that they have. And so sometimes that experience doesn't lead to good decision making. Let me explain what I'm saying. So let's see, what someone type in an obscene amount of money, like an obscene amount of money, like you know, like you could buy an NFL team, like some kind of obscene amount of money. Let's see here. So give me something, anything, I don't know. What would he? A trillion. Okay, that's obscene. Okay, we're gonna go a little down on that. Dinesh is thinking big. I love it though, Dinesh. You're a big thinker, right? What about 300 million? 300 million. Josie, right now, $300 million. I want you to jump out of the plane without a parachute. Are you doing it? No. Who else? No. I see a lot of heads shaking. No. 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 See, the thing about it, right, is that most of the people why I say they're bad decision makers is because they make decisions without information. See, because all of you who said no just missed out on $300 million because you didn't ask the follow-up question. Is the plane in the air? Right? You didn't get all the information before you made a decision. So tonight, I'm going to give you all the information so that you can make a decision. Now, here's the other thing, right? Here's the other thing that makes people uncomfortable when they come to Zoom meetings, is that if it's something that they don't want to do, very rarely people have grown-up conversations. Am I right or am I right? Right? So what I want you to do tonight is just simply get back with the person and tell them yes or no. Because guess what? They don't want to have to call you next week to invite you to coffee and you ignore them because you think they're going to ask you about this business, right? Okay? Same thing, yes or no, because you're going to have all the information to make that decision. Now, here's what I think. I think that most people are going to say yes, because I know what the program is that we have our hands on. I know how valuable it is, and I know exactly what it's done for me in my life. And if it could do it for me in my life, if it could do it for Ashley in her life, if it could do it for Dinesh in his life, if it could do it for all the people that are on there, Aliyah in her life, then it could do it for any one of y'all, as long as you apply yourself. All right, so let's talk about this academy. All right, let me share my screen. I'm excited about it, okay? I'm super pumped up about it. Let me go here, and we're going to go into what's called the I Am Mastery Academy. All right, I love it. I Am Mastery Academy. And what happens is when you log into the academy, we have 4 different academies in which you can earn income. And we have a 5th program, which I'll talk to you about as well. But we have 4 different academies which are going to teach you the skill of how to earn income. The first 3 deal with the currency space. So those academies, as we come on here, it's so user-friendly too and intuitive. We just click academies. You come down here, the first academies we have are the Frx Academy, the Ecx Academy, and the Dcx Academy, okay? Frx Academy just simply stands for the Foreign Exchange Academy. So what we're gonna do is we're going to teach you about the foreign exchange market. Now, most people do not have a lot of familiarity with the foreign exchange market. Most people's experience is they flew from the US, they landed in Paris, they changed their dollars for euros. When they flew back home, they changed their euros for dollars. And that's what they think about when they think about foreign exchange. In fact, if I talk about trading, most people, the first thing that they think about is the stock market. Trading on the New York Stock Exchange or the London Stock Exchange, etc. And guess what, guys? The New York Stock Exchange is actually a huge market and a huge opportunity. It's about $35 billion a day that's traded. Now, you all would agree that $35 billion a day is a pretty big market cap, a pretty big opportunity, okay? What most people don't know is that the foreign exchange market is about $7 trillion a day traded liquid every single day. It is by far the largest, most liquid market in the world. It is where wealth is created and made on a daily basis. Okay, why? Because you just need a sliver of a sliver of a sliver in order to change your life forever. And if that's the case, it also opens us up to be able to put an academy where we can create and give you all the sauce, because not one person of us can control that much. None of us can dominate that market. It's too big. It's available for everybody to get a piece. So that's the regular foreign exchange market. Now that Frx Academy is going to teach you something called pips. It's going to teach you how to count pips, how to get in the market based off the traditional way of trading. Now, we also have here this Ecx Academy. We like to call this high frequency Forex. The common nomenclature for it is binary options, okay? But we like to affectionately call this one money in minutes, okay? Because unlike the regular foreign exchange market where you had to move a certain measurement, a pip total, This one simply allows you to enter a trade and base it off of a unit of time. You go in for a trade for 1 minute. At the end of 1 minute, you're either in profit or you're not. You know if you won the trade or you lost. Simple as that. Very, very easy, very user-friendly, and a great place for new students to start because they have to learn and master the skill of pressing a red button and a green button. We can all do that, right? Okay, lastly here we have the Dcx Academy in the currency space. Now this one is our hottest, most popular right now academy, and that's because it's dealing with digital currency, or what we like to affectionately call cryptocurrency, or Bitcoin, right? How many people have heard about Bitcoin? How many people have thought about jumping into Bitcoin, and then every time they think about jumping in, Bitcoin pulls back a little and they get scared off and they, oh, it's going to come back down, and then it goes back up, and they don't understand what's going on because they don't understand what the currency is. They don't understand what the technology is. They don't understand some things as simple as the fact that Bitcoin is only one of over 6,000 coins available for you to participate in the cryptocurrency space. And so this right here, Academy, is not only going to teach you how to trade in that space and be able to make money as Bitcoin rises and as it comes down, but it's also going to give you the ability to learn how to build out what we like to call a crypto portfolio. See, I'm going to be honest with you guys. If you haven't figured this out yet, I shoot it straight. So how many of y'all right now, if I said to y'all, man, how many of y'all wish you would have got involved in Bitcoin in 2010? How many people would be like, yeah, of course. Throw some ones in the chat if you wish you would have bought Bitcoin in 2010. Go ahead. I see we got some ones. Now, guess what, guys? Here's the truth of the matter. You wouldn't have bought Bitcoin in 2010. See, because in 2010, Bitcoin was actually speculation. It was actually speculative. You had to have vision. You had to have belief. You had to understand what the blockchain was going to do to the Fed. You had to understand what fiat currency was. You had to understand all kinds of other things in order for you to even believe that Bitcoin had a chance. You guys right now are perfectly positioned to be able to understand Bitcoin and understand crypto, because now we have a $1 trillion market cap. We now have proof of concept. We have now gone through all the difficult times in the crypto space, and you're still at the very beginning. So now you have a chance to participate in what will be the greatest wealth transfer of your lifetime in the cryptocurrency space, and you have the opportunity to learn about it before everybody else so that you can maximize it for your family. So there are coins that aren't Bitcoin at $40,000 that are currently trading at 10 cents, just like Bitcoin was in 2010. But now we know what blockchain is. We know how the technology works. We know how to move the companies along. We know so much more about what's going on that now when we put in on the 10-cent coin, we know where it's going. You're in a better position now than you were in 2010 because there's more opportunity for you. But you got to learn where to take advantage of that opportunity. That's what the Digital Currency Academy is going to do for you. Now, let me just show you real quick how these academies work. When you click on an academy, you would just log into your academy and you just click start. Real intuitive, real easy. And you literally will go down here, and the academy is based on some videos. Now watch this. Here's one of the things. Again, I've been in education. Here's one of the things that makes this thing great. Is this video right here is 6 minutes long. See, we designed our academy differently. We had designed our academy for working people. We designed our academy for people who have families. We designed our academy for people who were students. We designed our academy for those people who were super aggressive and wanted to go through the academy in 1 or 2 or 3 days and get started on their training journey. Either way, whatever your time constraints are, they fit and match the academy because of how it was already designed and set up for you. So a 6-minute video means that you can get through 1 or 2 or 3 videos in a day. Or you can binge watch it like Netflix over the weekend, and you can begin to understand some things. And how they designed each and every one of these videos is that they're from 1 minute to 6 minutes to some of them 12 minutes. But look, they literally walk you through what is HFX, what is traded, what times do they trade at, who participates in the market, what are brokers, leverage. Every question that you could have in this space It's going to walk you through step by step. And the videos are designed to give you a foundation block, to be able to let you understand the jargon, be able to let you understand what's going on. They walk you through that. And what they help you do is they demystify Forex. They demystify cryptocurrency. See, oftentimes I've found that the reason why certain groups of people, the reason why working class people stay working class is because the things when it comes to finance and the things when it comes to money and the things that when it comes to creating success and wealth, it's all so jargony, right? It's all so, like before I came to this academy, if I turned on Bloomberg and the chart started going like this, I was thinking that someone needed to get a heart transplant, you know, the EKG, like boop, you know, that kind of thing, right? That's what I thought, because that's what it looked like to me, because I had never had anybody explain it to me. And because it looked so difficult to understand, even as a person who taught economic empowerment, I said, let me just focus on business building and let me leave those market things alone. That's like you need a PhD or something for that, like that. But guess what? That's the way they intended it to be. But now when you come in here, it becomes so easy, it becomes clear, it becomes crystal. Well, what do I mean? It's because as you begin to watch the videos, you begin to gain some literacy. We like to call it financial literacy, okay? But as you begin to gain some literacy, you become just like my 5-year-old daughter. What do I mean by that? Well, see, I don't know for those of you who have kids, but there's a time in your kid's life where they begin to start to read. And at first it's a little bit of a struggle. At first there's some difficulty, but then eventually they recognize a word here and a word there. And then all of a sudden you're driving down the road and your daughter says, Daddy, that says car wash here, car wash turn right, car wash, or it says, that says Target, or that says Walmart. And all of a sudden she's reading your text on your phone. She's doing stuff. All of a sudden she can read. Now here's the secret about that. Now all of a sudden a whole world is opened up to her, to your child. A whole world which they previously couldn't see is now available that they can see because she became literate. But here's the secret, guys, is that world existed her entire life. It was because she was illiterate that she couldn't see it. This world has existed your entire life because you were financially illiterate, you couldn't see it. And if you couldn't see it, you couldn't participate in it. Isn't it about time that you started participating? Isn't it about time that you started winning? Isn't it about time that you started multiplying your money? Isn't it about time that you started doing the things that the wealthy people do? Isn't it about time? Right? And this is what this academy does. It allows you to see what you previously couldn't see because you weren't educated on it intentionally. Now we're going to intentionally, with intention, help you see so that you can grow the wealth for your family. That's what we're going to do. That's what those videos do. That's why they're important. So once you begin to watch those videos and walk through step by step and understand the jargon, the language, all of a sudden the mist is gone and you can see clearly now. And as you begin to see clearly now, we're going to move you to the next step, which is probably our most important step, which is we're going to allow you now to jump into a live market with live educators. Now, the thing about this, guys, is that these live educators have all been vetted. Again, 300,000 students in over 100 countries, I think 15 or 16 languages. They've all been vetted. Our company is rock solid. And what does that mean? Well, it means that they're all documented 6, 7, and 8-figure traders. So if they're a documented trader and they know what they're doing, could they potentially teach it to you? Yes, they could. But here's what makes our educators special and why it separates everything is because they're not just a good player. They're also a good coach. Y'all ever met those Hall of Fame players? Like, you ever seen them like in any sport? They're like the best of the best, like Michael Jordan, but he couldn't coach you on how to do anything that he did, right? Because some of the stuff that he does is just intuitive. He couldn't teach that to you. But then you have those few who are not only Hall of Fame players, but they could also be Hall of Fame coaches. That's what you have right here with these educators, is they're able to take the knowledge that they have and they're able to teach you in a way that allows you to understand it. They're able to do something that's very unique in education, is that they're able to duplicate themselves through this academy by allowing other people to learn the strategies, the techniques, and the way they see the market, and help those people have the same kind of success that they have. That's what we have with the educators. It's a real simple concept. We take the best of the best, we put them in here, and they begin to teach you. Now, what do? You take the education that you got off the videos, and now you're going to meet the educator in the classroom, and your classroom is going to be a live market where you can now ask questions, where you can now learn as a live market is taking place. Now look, I want to show you again, guys. Look at some of these educators. Over 50,000 students plugged into that educator last week. 69,000 students plugged into Kimberly Torres last week. These guys are actually impacting people's lives around the world. Now, 69,000 people took their time out to plug in and watch her sessions. Why? Because she's helping them get results, she's helping them build their knowledge, and she's helping them make money in the markets. Now, what does that mean? Let's go to Ecx Academy. Let's just click on it. Let's just stay consistent. If we come on here, you'll notice that all of a sudden what pulls up is like a TV guide. It's a cornucopia of different training sessions. And what this means is that you can find an educator that resonates with you, someone whose teaching style you like, someone who's available during a time when you could carve out a few minutes to change your life, right? When you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, when you're tired of having to hit your knees because you got a new transmission that needs repaired, or you got to put tires on the car, right? When you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, you can find an educator. You can find an educator that you like. And what happens is these educators have sessions, and you can go into the sessions and you can click on the session, and all of a sudden you can begin to learn with the educator. Let's use Matthew Thayer. He's one of our favorite educators. And we come on here, and if he was on right now, all that would happen is we would just click on his session. Matter of fact, we would just go boom and click on it, but he's not on right now. So what we do is we go to his last session, right? We click on it, and then bam, we would be able to hear him discuss the market, train on the market, and do some of the things that he needs to do. Now, check this out. Here's the thing that's cool. And this is what separates our program from every other college I've ever seen, every other college I've ever spoken at. This is why our way of teaching is so effective and is so cutting edge, because every other college I've ever been a participant in, every one that I've ever had the chance to lecture at, here's what happens, is that the students come to the college, the students give them tuition for the semester, ultimately for the year, and they have to wait 4 or 5 years, depending on how long it takes them to get the acquired amount of credits, before they get a degree in the subject that they're learning. Now, once they get that degree 5 years down the road, now they have the opportunity to earn income with the skill set that they've been learning over the last 5 years. Now, watch how this works. This is why this is so different, why it's so revolutionary. You can now come on this session with Maddie Pips, and you now have the opportunity to earn while you learn. Why? Because sometimes on a session, Maddie Pips is going to be analyzing a trade, and he's going to say, this looks like an incredible trade setup. You know what? This is the reason why I like it. This is where I would enter the trade at. This is how long I'd enter the trade for. He's going to break the whole thing down right in front of you, and then right in front of your face, he is going to enter a trade with his own money in his own trading account. Now, if you know his story, you know that his trading account is significant. It's in the 7 figures, okay? And so if you've known that here is a 7-figure trader taking a trade right in front of your face, what's to prevent you from hitting the buy button or the sell button, right? On the same currency pair, if you feel confident in the analysis. See, this is where we have the ability to earn income while we learn. It is a game changer. It is a game changer. Now, on top of those videos, like I said, you can go to their favorite sessions, and these are sessions that students have found tremendous value out of, or educators want you to start with. And you can literally come here and fast track your education, okay? This, guys, is amazing because it's not just 1 or 2 sessions that are recorded. It is literally every session that they've ever done, okay? From what I understand, there is over 1 million hours of live market analysis on our servers. If you want to learn about how to trade, this is the spot to do it. Now, lastly, in this academy, the other thing that separates us is you're going to come over here and you're going to have something else that's extra special. Let me go ahead and get back here, guys. Sorry about that. And that is, we actually have strategies. Now, here's the deal, folks. There's something called fintech that's very popular right now, financial technology, things like Robinhood and these types of apps. And what happened is that we took our fintech division, our IT division, and we got with some of our most successful educators, the ones that had strategies that were duplicatable, strategies that were teachable, strategies that were doing quite well in the market. And what we did is we got our IT guys and we got our educators, we put them together, smashed them together, they picked the brain, and all of a sudden they put their strategy into a software. Let me give you an example. We like to call them apps or softwares or strategies. If we came to the HFX, let's keep with Maddie Pips, we would go to this Hourglass software. Now, I'm not going to show you too much about this. This doesn't make, I don't want to confuse you, okay? But what I want to show you is that now, all of a sudden, you have a tool to help you leverage while you're beginning your trading journey so that you can begin to earn money. Because if you've been on Maddie Pips session, he taught you his strategy. He shows you how to use this tool, but you like to trade at 2 in the morning instead of 11 at night. Now, all of a sudden, when you have the ability to trade, you could jump on a session and you can begin to use this tool at a time that's convenient for you. And it is literally as simple as following an up or a down arrow. Now, guys, that means that this software scans the market. Every 5 minutes, it updates and it tells you either up or down what you should be doing in the market. Now, guys, how easy is that as a tool for you to leverage so that you can begin to get into profit while you're learning the skill set? Folks, this is a game changer. It is a no-brainer. It is so powerful that we have students who are having the ability to have success in the market in a remarkably short periods of time because they can follow something that's a strategy that's easy for them to learn, and it comes with a tool to help them use it all throughout the day. Man, I don't know if y'all are fired up, but that got me fired up when I first saw it. So those are academies that deal with with currency. Then we also have another academy that we're super excited about. It's called the Ecx Academy. Now, this is actually digital entrepreneurship. What this is going to do is teach you how to build out a website, a store online, and be able to use a concept called drop shipping. Now, for those of you who have ever ordered on Amazon or Shopify or any one of these sites, I know the sites, they look real nice and sharp, but most of them you're ordering from drop shippers, not physical companies. And drop shipping is just simple. Basically, you're the middleman. You find a supplier who supplies the product that you want. You take that product at wholesale price. You put it on your website. You advertise it to the consumer. The consumer sees the retail price, thinks it's a great deal. They purchase it. And when they purchase it, all of a sudden, the money comes to you and the supplier. So you get paid the difference between wholesale and resale. Your supplier gets paid his money or her money, and they ship the product directly to the customer's door. A win-win-win, everybody's happy, okay? So that's what we got going on right there. Absolutely fantastic program, super exciting. I don't know what happened to my background, but welcome to Bitcoin, folks. All right, so that's that academy, okay? Now let me just run this down because I'm gonna shut this down in a second here. Each of these academies right now is $235 one time. Each of our currency academies, $235 one time, and then $175 a month of ongoing tuition, okay? And then we have our Ecx Academy, which is $335 one time and $275 a month for those of you who want to learn that skill set. Now, the gentleman who does the Ecx Academy, his name is Christopher Reeve. He's an amazing gentleman. All right, he's got over 700,000 units that have been sold on Shopify. He knows exactly what he's doing and exactly how to build this out. It's absolutely fantastic. So you've got the top-notch education, whichever academy that you decided to go, you get in where you fit in. Now, for those of you who are like me, who say, I want to learn FRX, HFX, and DCX, you have the opportunity to get all of those rolled into one, and that is called an elite student. And that academy costs you $335 one time and $275 a month as well. All right. So that gives you the cost of the academies. Real simple. Why do I say that so nonchalant? Because I know the cost of education. Okay. And I realize that that's less than 1 credit hour at a junior college. Okay. It's like less than 1 credit hour at a junior college. And I know that in the United States, a junior college degree is nice, but it doesn't necessarily give you a great ROI on the back end, if you understand what I'm saying, right? It doesn't necessarily increase your income. So if I can get something that's less than a junior college, but more valuable, oh my God, I'm super fired up about that process. And here's the other thing that got me excited, guys. It's just like every other college that I know, we had a scholarship program. See, I went to college on scholarship. For me to get my scholarship, I had to score 30 points a game. I was real good in high school. You should have seen me. I got the Al Bundy stories to prove it, okay? 4 touchdowns in a single game, everything that you need, right? I got all the stories of how many points I scored and all that stuff. I went to college on basketball scholarship. Why? Because my mother said I couldn't go to college any other way. She couldn't afford to send me, right? And then when I got to college, what I had to do to maintain that scholarship was about 12 hours a day worth of work on basketball, okay? And so I said, man, what is our scholarship qualifications here? Well, our scholarship qualification here is so simple. It simply says this: listen, our goal is to help bring financial literacy to 1 million households around the world. That's our goal. Currently, we're at around 300,000, a little more than that, okay? And what we're saying, actually, I believe we added 50,000 customers in in January. So we're at 350,000 customers, right? And so what we're saying is what? Is that if you will help us in the process, if you will help us by sharing this with 2 students, get a couple study buddies together, some people in your family that want to learn. How about those people in the family that keep hitting you up for money and you know they always need money? So why not teach them about money, right? Like get a couple people that you know, that you want to do this with, that you want to have some fun with. Bring them to the academy, and as long as they're students and paying their tuition, the academy says, then you have a scholarship. Your tuition is free. 2 people, simple. We call it 2 and free. Guys, I like free. I don't know about you. I like free, especially when I can get some value out of that, right? When I can learn something, man. I love it. So that ends the first half of what I want to talk to you about. Okay, the first part of the academy is the academy itself. All right, real fast recap. We're Academy. We're going to teach you how to multiply money. We're going to teach you about cryptocurrency, and we have the option to teach you about what we like to call digital entrepreneurship through drop shipping. You pick and choose whichever academy you want to go in, okay? Individual currency academies are $225 one time and $175 a month. And then the Ecx Academy is $335 one time and $275 a month. Real simple, okay? What I want to talk to you about real quick is I want to transition to something optional. It's the 5th way in which you can earn income through this process. Now, we all know, okay, that most millionaires have 7 forms of income, 7 different streams of income. Now we're talking about a 5th in this particular conversation. But I want to share with you that this part is just optional, meaning that if it's not for you, it's not for you, and that's okay. But this is a different income stream, and it's something that we couldn't do in the first part of the academy. And simply put, what it allows you to do is be able to be an entrepreneur. For those of you who like to participate in free enterprise, who want to build something tangible, want to build a business, this gives you the opportunity to do this. Now, I got to be honest with you. 86% of the students who ever touch our academy do not participate in this program because they are happy, they're getting results, and they're either making money or learning something in the academy, and they see value enough to pay for the academy without having to participate in this program. The way I see it, though, is that if I'm walking down the street and I see two $20 bills on the ground, I'm not going to just pick up one and leave the other one sitting there. Okay, I'm gonna pick them both up and say, give them both to me. So if the Academy was offering an extra income stream to me, I wanted to take advantage of it. Okay, so I'm one of the percentage of people who's done that. And I'm excited about it, and I'm excited about sharing it because I know that it's going to lead to the most powerful form of income that you can have, which is called residual income. See, a residual dollar is always more powerful than an earned dollar. If you don't know why that is, then you need to get back with the person who invited you and ask them specifically. But a residual dollar is always more powerful than an earned dollar. And so what this part of the program allows you to do is access something called residual income, something that less than 2% of the world population has access to. You can access that here. Now, how does it work? Well, for those of you who want to refer students to the Academy, once you refer two, you're on the 2 and free program. When you refer a third customer, at that point in time, you have the option to upgrade to become a business owner. Now, once you become a business owner, you sever the scholarship relationship, you forego your 2 and free, and now you become a business owner in partnership, almost like a franchise with the Academy, and it gives you the opportunity to now earn income. When you have 3 students in your educational academy, you'll earn $150 a month of residual income, paid out at $37.50 per week. When you grow your customer base to 12 customers, you'll earn $600 a month of residual income paid out at $150 a week USD, right? When you grow your customer base to 30 customers, you'll get paid out $1,000 a month USD, paid out $250 per week. Now, along the way, guys, some of the people that are students are also going to want to pick up the other $20 bill. So as you begin to move through the process, you're going to have some students naturally, without pressure, who are going to decide, hey, listen, I'd like to pick up the other $20 bill, and they're going to want to build a business with you. And you get credit for all of that process in order to help the numbers through your franchise grow. So at a certain point, it no longer becomes just about you. It becomes about the group of people, the community, the culture that you're building that will help grow the business and continue to sustain it. That's the beautiful thing about what we do. That's the beautiful thing about what we do, because in most places in the world, everything is dependent on you. And in this place, it's still dependent on you, but it's not dependent on you in the same way, because now it's dependent on you to help other people get what they want. And when you do that, you have the natural things that you get what you want in the process. Guys, it's a beautiful symbiotic relationship. It's the way that things work. It's the way that things are put in place. It's spiritual. I don't want to go into it, but it is. All right. So this is what happens as you continue to grow your customer base and continue to grow your customer base, and you have more leaders coming on board. All of a sudden you grow to 500 customers, and you get to be at the rank of something called Chairman 10. And that is $10,000 a month of USD income, $2,500 per week. Now, we actually have a gentleman, I think popped on at one point in time, actually on this call, who's actually achieved that, who's actually been able to successfully do that. In fact, he's been able to grow it to more than that. Over 1,000 different students through his franchise in Canada alone have participated. And now, because of the success of that model, those students have gone out and helped him spread that academy literally all over the world, Australia, Hawaii, UK, it's all over the place. Okay. And that's the beautiful thing, because success breeds success. And so we have some people on the line like Mr. Nafis Khan, who's been able to achieve that. And what I like to see is, I always just wanted to know, has one person done it? Has one person done it? Because I know that God was no respecter of persons. If one person has done it, I could do it, right? And the fact that we don't just have one person, but we have hundreds upon hundreds of people who are getting to the point of Chairman 10 and above, lets me know that we're in the right place at the right time. So for those of you who have that entrepreneurial bug, who want to become what we call an independent business owner, who want to create a willable transferable asset through business ownership, you are in the right place, on the right team, with the right group of people. I can tell you that for sure. How do I know? Because that part right there is what I built a whole business on previously, lecturing in colleges and universities. I can identify talent in that space, and we've got some of the best talent in the world right here in this company, in that particular space, in order to help you and guide you and give you an example to model so that you can have success in that space as well. So guys, I am excited about this platform. I am done with my part, but what I want to do real quick is I want to just bring up one or two students that are having some tremendous success. And then I'd like to close out the call, if we will, with maybe just 2 minutes if we get the opportunity. I don't know if Nafis is available, but if he is, I would love to be able to allow you to hear from one of the most successful entrepreneurs in Canada and one of the most successful entrepreneurs that I know, period. And I would be remiss if I didn't allow you to have that opportunity. So let me get one or two students real quick who can share maybe a little bit about their story. Can I get Bernalyn? Can I get you to unmute yourself and share just maybe 1 minute on some of the success that you're having in the Academy? And then also Dinesh as well. And then we'll wrap it up. Nafis, if you don't mind wrapping us up, brother, I greatly appreciate it.
Hi, my name is Berna Lynn. I'm actually a licensed real estate agent. I'm also in the cannabis business. I have actually multiple businesses. But as you know, with the pandemic, there's a lot of things that are happening, and certain things are in the market isn't doing as well. And I like working from home, and I've always wanted to get into trading and learning it, just like what you said earlier, Andre, that, you know, was something that I was scared of. But the Academy is so streamlined. The support you get is tremendous. And I'm just grateful that Nellie turned this on to me. She actually told me about it 1.5 years ago. And at the time, it's all about timing, right? It's whenever you're ready. And it was actually my younger daughter that said to me that, hey, Mom, I see you work so hard. I want to not work for my money. I want to learn how to make my money work for me. And I said, and she actually started looking and investing books and stuff that I had back in the past. But I've always had financial planners, and I would give them their money, you know, my money, and they'd make me a certain percentage. And I was happy with that. But at the end of the day, you know, learning as much as I've had in such a short period of time here, I see how, like you guys say often, is I could be in the bank. I mean, my money, my savings isn't even getting 2%, 10% or whatever, you know, not even a 0.025, if that, you know what I mean? If I'm lucky. So I'm grateful and I'm thankful, you know, and I'm getting my kids and my husband involved in it. It is a learning curve, and it's just about finding the time to do it, you know. So thank you so much. And Andre, thank you so much for your guidance. And I get it now with risk management. So thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. Dinesh.
Hey guys, I just want to give a shout back to you, Andre. You always do a wonderful job, brother. I am fired up. Sign me up again. You know, it's so explanatory itself. By the way, those are, you guys don't know me. I'm Dinesh Lal. I actually got into the academy about 1.5 years, almost 1.5 years ago. I just got into support my daughter, and I was trading before, and she got me in, and I said, okay, let me take a look. I started doing the education part, and guys, I have been in this academy for 1.5 years, and so much education has come through this academy that in my 40 years of career in the job space, I haven't even learned that much. Like it's crazy what you learn here and do, and it's like up my trading so much that I actually get asked by people to give advice, and I don't. I do, but I don't in a way because I want them to learn, kind of thing, because it's so easy to learn. It's not as hard as people think, and it's about the language. If you guys know the language in here and you understand the language, trading is not that hard. And I'm like really appreciative to the Academy, to Nafis and to Andre, all you guys in here, man. You guys are just leaders out of this world. Like, you guys have got me fired up so much that, by the way, I'm a transit driver and I'm running for retirement soon. and and that's the whole idea about, you know, and trust me guys, 40 years of working and you think you're going to be taken care of, perish that thought, because it ain't going to happen. You got to take care of it yourself right now, and this is the time where the wealth transfer is taking place, and we got to position ourselves right now. So kudos to you guys, man. Thanks to the Academy once more. I mean, I'm blessed. My whole family is trading. Everything is just going the way I want it to go now. Thank you, Academy.
So guys, real quick, we're about to have our Chairman 10, Nafis Khan. Do me a favor, guys. Pay attention to what this gentleman has to say. He has a lot of success. He's my personal mentor, someone that I am excited about having the opportunity to have gotten a chance to know. And when he's done, I'm going to come back real quick and I'm going to tell you one of the best things that we have available for you this week only, so that you can understand how to take advantage of this academy. So did we lose Nafis? I see his picture just jumped off on me. Nafis, you there, brother?
Right here. Yeah, I'm right here. Ahead, awesome. Well, first off, you guys, I just want to say thank you all for tuning in to listening to one of the best. I mean, if you could have been on any call tonight, Andre English is absolutely one of the most pinnacle forms of leadership in this academy. This man, anything he said tonight, I just want you to know, he does it all day, every day. It is what's created him to have the financial freedom that he gets to spend his life with the most incredible, most important person that is dear to him every single day, and that's his daughter. And as a father, to get a chance to spend his full time with his kids as they get a chance to grow up. Think about that in one blessing. If that blessing is all you got from this academy, would that be worth it? So Andre, we already know you're going chairman. You've helped so many people, man. We appreciate you so much. I'm learning from Andre English, you guys. He has taught me and he guides me with a humble heart and a servant leader. So Andre, thank you so much. For those of you guys that don't know me, my name is Nafis Khan. Prior to this company, prior to the academy, I had actually come from a background of business, traditional business and online businesses. And I have had a lot of success and failures through that process. But that being said, when I came to the academy, I am no different than you guys. I was learning trading for the very first time. And what I saw here with this opportunity was that it was different than anything else that I ever had. See, I wanted to get away from traditional business. Traditional business is a traditional headache, if you ask me, okay? Because all it is that it's employees, overhead, inventory. You are being bled all day long and stabbed in every single way, and you're hoping to make $1 at the end of it. And hopefully in the next 3 to 5 years, you maybe become breaking even out of all the investments you put in. If you're an entrepreneur, you know what I'm talking about in that aspect. I've worked corporate careers. I've had corporate jobs. My very first job when I was very young, you guys, was that I was humble enough to start off working in a hospital doing housekeeping. See, I didn't come from successful parents that taught me about money, investing, entrepreneurship. I come from immigrant parents that had nothing better than to show me that this, Nafis, if you don't work hard, you'll never get ahead. If you don't try, you'll never get a chance to see. You will never know what you're capable of unless you're getting out there and putting yourself in a situation where there's mentors. So when I got started in the program, to be honest, you guys, personally, I don't know where you are in your life and if you're listening to this call, but I was in the worst financial situation of my life. See, I had both of my businesses actually in the worst case scenario. I found myself in $70,000 in debt. I found my mother, who I love and raised me dearly her entire life, struggling with her retirement. And I found the love of my life, the woman that I was about to marry, my fiance, go from working a job that got her into student loan debt and had to pick up another job just to cover the student loan debt, and then still needed to get another part-time job just so she can eat. And at that time, you guys, I really felt the pain. I felt the pain in a tremendous way. So many excuses I could have made. Hey, guys, it's not right for me to get started. Hey, man, when the money is a little bit better, that's it. I remember the day I got started, my mentor said this. He said, Nafis, the choices you make you. And success is not for the chosen few, but for the few that choose. And I was ready to make any choice that I can make to be successful. I was determined. I was willing to make all sacrifices necessary and needed to get this job done. Because for me, here's what I saw two things here. We showed people how to make money without selling, without recruiting. How many people do you know that are at home, that have a cell phone, that are in a third world country, that need to make an extra 20, 30, 40, $50? And if they could do it on their phone, that would change their life. Now, guys, how many people understand what Andre English said was second part that was so powerful was residual income? See, if I knew that if I didn't keep working, I was going to have to work till the day I die. And I don't know about you, but I wasn't excited about working till the day I die. And when you're an entrepreneur, when you're a business owner, that is even a worse number because there's no pension, there's no plan. You might be dying broke as an entrepreneur. So guys, when I got started, I want to tell you this, you guys, I didn't look right. I didn't look left. I wasn't special. I wasn't someone that was, I had a high IQ level, a technical person, somebody that had the honor of getting experience and education in this. No, guys. I started the academy like every man and woman who humbled themselves who got started. I said, I want to learn. And I said, I look forward to helping people. Well, I got to work. And here's what I did. For the next 6 months of the program, I made a decision. Actually, it wasn't even 6 months. I made a decision. I didn't even care how long. I made a decision that I wanted residual income in my life. I wanted to be able to wake up when I want to wake up. And that was when I was done sleeping. See, I was sick and tired of my alarm clock startling me to the life to every single day. I don't want to wake up to an alarm clock shaking my body anymore. I wanted to wake up when my eyes were done sleeping. And guess what? I realized for me to have something that most people never have, I must do what most people are not willing to do. See, I could have came into the program and I was making profits from the trading. And every day when I plugged in, you guys, I was getting a chance to get the best education about financial literacy that my life, my family, my peers, my well-educated, my successful friends were ever even able to attain, but I was getting it from an academy that was more affordable. But here was the part that really inspired me. The fact that when I woke up, I couldn't let my brothers and sisters struggle. I couldn't let my friends and family struggle. I couldn't think of the people out there in the world that were just like me praying for opportunity. See, when you're praying for opportunity, here's the one thing. Sometimes God doesn't allow you to know what that opportunity was. And for me, this was the single greatest opportunity. So I got to work. I got to work every single day. And on that day when I got started, it was day one. I saw if this academy teaches people how to make money and the trading is successful and everything, this is going to be the greatest thing that I can do for humanity, not for myself, but for humanity. I got started and I literally plugged into the system. Nothing special. I plugged into the training like Andre said. I did what Andre mentioned. I followed my mentors. I did word for word when Andre showed you tonight, you guys. But every single day when I made money, guess what I did? I picked up the phone and I made sure I shared it with someone else. See, I didn't know in my life who was struggling. I didn't know who in my life was sick and tired. I didn't know who was paycheck to paycheck. I didn't know who needed to retire their parents, who was getting a chance to not have enough ends meet at the end of when the month was coming. So guess what I did? I just started working. And my first day, I hit Platinum 600. Now, if I stop there, do you understand? Because I picked up the phone to bother to share this with someone, I had a $600 residual income coming in every single month. I didn't stop there, you guys. I went in my first 30 days to learn more about the program, and I was able to become Platinum 1000 in 30 days. In 30 days, I kept on going. Now, guys, this started to let me have breathe. How many people agree an extra $600 or $1,000 a month coming in will allow you to breathe? At that point in time, this was not something I was willing to stop at. See, it wasn't about the money I was making. It was about how many people could I help. See, I wasn't worried about what people are saying, what people are doing. If they were not willing to change their situation, that's it. See, one of my mentors told me this. See, it's not the problem you face every day in life. It's what are you doing about it that is the most important thing. Because I don't know about you, life is full of problems. You're either going to, coming out of, or about to experience a problem. The thing I know about life is this: the people that are successful today are focused about moving forward. They're going out there and grinding out. They're doing what it is. See, I made every sacrifice I needed to do. Within 3 months, I hit Platinum 2000. Within 5 months and 2 weeks, I was a Platinum 5,000 in the program. And I don't know where you are in the world, but I'll tell you this, $5,000 US coming in every month. Would that be enough for you to be able to live your life? 100% it would. I know it would. But guys, I didn't stop. At that point in time, we started having students having success. We had leaders and mentors that were having massive success, like Mr. Andre English, who said, you know what, Nafis, I'm with you. I'm with you this entire way, where we can go out there and impact people and show people how to make money in this program. Within about 6 months on the dot, you guys, I went from 0 to having a multiple six-figure income. In Canada, $12,000 US, you guys can do the math. If it's guaranteed every single month, you can see what kind of income that is. That means in 6 months, I made more than a doctor. I made more than a lawyer. I made more than a judge. I made more than the top 1% of people that were in the business field. And I had no education. In 6 months, a man with no education, no experience, an immigrant family, $70,000 in debt, mom retiring, having things go wrong. I had everything in my life flip upside down. See, I like to call it flipping the switch. See, are you going to flip the switch to success? Or are you going to leave the lights on and sit in the dark and just look at your life and sit and think, when is it going to change for me? See, when it's going to change for you is when you make that decision that this is what you want to do. So what did I do? I cut out the sacrifices. I stopped partying, hanging out with the wrong people, doing anything else. For the first 6 months of this program, ask anybody that was in the academy. You know where to find me. You know what I was doing. I was not even spending $1 towards anything else other than my time and energy investing in this business. Now, I want to ask you this question. Do you not agree that any one of you guys over this next 6 months, if you made a full out sacrifice to come learn this education, make money with the program, as Andre English showed you how it's possible for you and anybody that plugged in the system today, would you not want the opportunity to retire yourself, retire your mom, retire your spouse, pay off all your debt, and become so financially positive? The abundance it feels so incredible. Guys, I'm going to tell you this. Many of you guys have an opportunity today to make a decision. See, being a chairman in the program, it was never about my resume. It was never about my qualifications. Actually, you guys, nothing in my past had anything to do with what my future held here in the academy. But the one thing that this program said is this: are you willing to work hard? Are you willing to show up every day? Are you willing to have integrity? Are you willing to love and care and help people? Because here you can have everything you want. And I want you to know, in the next 6 months, any one of you can change your life. The thing that you need to realize is, what are you willing to give up? See, I realized this: anything that I wasn't doing that was educating me, growing me, putting me around more successful entrepreneurs, putting me around mentors that was going to shift and grow to the direction I wanted to go, that I was staying stagnant in my life. And sometimes being stagnant in your life is just avoiding the things you need to do most. And this academy gives you a blueprint that gives you the ability to have a turnkey system in a business that allows you to be able to come into this program and change your life. You guys, within 6 months, I don't know anybody in my entire life that's paid off $70,000 in debt. I don't know anybody in my entire life that retired their mama in 6 months. I don't know anybody that went over to their spouse and said, baby, you don't got to go work if you don't want to work anymore. And then had all the time in their life to enjoy it even more. Beyond that, you guys, here's the greatest part. I wasn't the only one having success. I wasn't the only one making money. I had 4 students out of the 1,000 students that we brought into the program that made more money than me. See, at that point in time, here's what I realized: that I was out there doing God's work because I was spreading a blessing that I didn't know who the blessing was going to be received to. See, some of you guys right now are going to receive this blessing and are going to get to work with it. I read a caption today, and I want to share it with you. And from there, I'm all done for tonight. But I just want you to know this: God does not bless the work that you're not willing to do. God is not going to bless you for the calls that you're not going to make. God is not going to bless you for the meetings you're not going to take. God is not going to bless you for not going through this academy and the videos that are supposed to set you financially free. God is not going to give you the abundance you deserve if you're not showing up to the Go Live sessions and the trainings with Mr. Andre English. See, God's got a bigger plan for you, but are you going to accept the blessings? Because here's what I know: it's easy to pray, it's easy not. And it's easy to do the work, and it's easy not. The decision is always about what it is that you want, where it is you're going, and how do you want to live your life. I'm so honored to say that this team, this entire program, this group right here is focused on you, the newest person on this call, having the most abundant success that you can possibly do. Because ask yourself, are you willing to work for it? Do you feel that you deserve it? And whatever it is you want, it's 100% here in your capability. So guys, I want to pass it back to Mr. Andre English. Thank you so much for hearing my story. Like I mentioned, I am no different than you are. I was just a man. Then when they said make the call and share the program, I did it. When they said show up to the call, I did it. When they said, hey, follow the lead, I did it. And it was a simple choice every single day. It was either I did it or I just did what I was always doing already. What I was doing already didn't work. So I thought, why wouldn't I just give that $199 to get started and do what they tell me to do and see where this business takes me? If it took you 2.5 years, 3 years to make yourself to where it is you want to go, you will forever thank yourself for the rest of your life that you learned a skill that set you for free, and you were an inspiration for other people that wanted to go out there and win in life just with you. So, Mr. Andre English, back to you. I appreciate you.
Awesome, brother. Awesome, brother. Thank you so much. Folks, normally I don't like to speak after Nafis, but I did want to do one thing, and that is I want to close this out, and I want to share one thing with you. What I know, right, is that the best way when we make a decision is that number one, you've gotten enough information. It's college for money. Everybody understands college. We all understand the concept. It's no different than that concept, except now we're going to teach you how to take your money and multiply it, okay? But here's the best thing, is that we actually have a 7-day money-back guarantee, which means this: you can actually get started with us today. You can actually jump into the academy. You can watch the videos. You can allow the person who introduced you tonight to be able to help you set up your MetaTrader, help you through some of the terminology like brokers. You can get on a go live session. You can put in a couple trades and press little buttons and see the money go up and down and see what that feels like. You can literally get the happy vibes of seeing your trade turn blue. You can literally participate in all of that process and really get a good understanding of not only what the academy is about, but more importantly, what the team of people who will be helping you understand this information is about. And you get to do all of that for 7 days. And at the end of that time, the end of 6 days, I like to call it 6. And on the 7th day, if you say, hey, listen, this isn't for me, all you have to do is send an email back to corporate and they'll literally refund you your money. Now, folks, I know that that's the best way to make a decision, because as I started out this call earlier today, I said that most people don't know how to make a decision because they make decisions on limited information. Now, you cannot tell me that if you got involved, checked out the team, checked out the programs, checked out the products, checked out the education, watched a couple videos, went on a go live, that you wouldn't have all the information at the end of 7 days to make a quality decision for something that could change the life of your family forever. And so that's what I'm going to encourage you to do. When we end this call right now, the person who invited you down is busy, just like you, okay? Get back to them, get on their calendar, follow up with them, hunt them down. Don't make them hunt you down, because this is the opportunity of a lifetime. And so many times the opportunity has come knocking and you haven't answered the door. Answer it this time, folks. We're done. Thank you, Ashley. You were phenomenal. Everybody show some love for Ashley tonight. Brand new to the organization, hosted our call tonight, did an absolutely fantastic job. Super proud of you, sis. And thank you. And guys, we are done tonight. Everybody jump on. For those of you in the academy, make sure you get on. Maddie Pips is on right now. So we're done. Thank you, guys. Y'all have a great evening. Oh, by the way, go Bucks. They won the Super Bowl. Let's go. Tom Brady, number 7. Let's go.